Okay, welcome back. Say less footy tip time, your favorite video of the week. We're going to run through all of the games. It is the business end of the season. We're going to run through see who we pick, do a little recap, and then we'll do the tip of the round, bet of the round. If you like a little bit of a punt on the footy, stay tuned to the end and try and follow on my bets. We've been here and there last week. AJ Brimson pulled out last minute, so we couldn't do an update and do a better bet of the round. But we've done all right so far. But yeah, you think at this point in the season we're going to have all of the teams at the top easily beating the teams at the bottom. There's a lot of suspensions, injuries, and maybe some teams are right up the top of thinking of resting some players. There still could be some upsets, but I think generally you're looking at some you know, just teams are sort of just trying to find form and just get a nice little bit of momentum running into the finals. So let's get straight in. Thursday night footy. So Panthers up against Manly. I don't know what Manly thought they were putting up last week, but it wasn't very good at all. The Panthers have just been absolutely just going along nicely. Even when they're without some of their stars, they just keep on going because there's their system. Their system just keeps winning the game. So I've heard some late mail that Brajon Luai and Mitch Kenny will be out with illness. They have been named, but it looks like they're going to be out with illness. Obviously, Sonny Luke is on the bench, and Jack Cogger is on the extended reserves. He did a really good job for Nathan Cleary when he was injured. And Origin, yeah, I like the Seagulls are 1 point outside the eight, and they need to win this game. Like, are they going to turn up and just play the absolute house down? They are at home, which I have a really good record. I can't tip them with confidence. I'm probably gonna be eating my words afterwards, but I think you're a brave person to tip against the Panthers. So I'm gonna stick with the Panthers. Moving on to Friday night now. Sharks up against Titans. I think the Titans can still mathematically make the eight, but and also getting back Tino is going to help. Jamin Jolliffe is actually back as well, which is a big in for the Titans. The Sharks played a lot better, beat the Rabbitohs of all teams last week. Braden Trindle was a really, really good fall outside of Nico Hines. Lana Tracy, most underrated man in the NRL, played absolutely fantastic at fullback. I really like that. And they get Ronaldo back on the wing. I'm going to stick with the Sharks. I think that this could be their turning point where hopefully they don't go out in straight sets in the final. So I'm going to stick with the Sharkies. On to the late game. Broncos versus Eels. Now, Adam Reynolds has been named, but I think they're giving him up to the last minute to prove his fitness. Obviously, if he doesn't get named, then the young fella, Jock Madden, will stay in the seven jersey alongside Ezra Mam. And I think he did a fantastic job in his absence last week. RCG is still injured. Sevo's still injured. Sean Lane, oh, sorry, they're both suspended. Sean Lane is injured. Yeah, Eels have a really good record up against Broncos, and they're sitting in ninth, and they need to win this game. Where the Broncos don't exactly, they've got a 4 point buffer over third place. They've got a 6 point buffer over fourth place. Broncos don't need to win this game. Playing at the Gabba, just with a few key outs there for the Eels, I still going to stick with the Broncos. I'm going to play it safe here. Stick with the Broncos for the win. On to Saturday now. Rabbitohs up against Dragons. Rabbitohs need to win this game. Obviously Latrell, another game back in the side. Yeah, Dragons got a couple of brothers, the Fino brothers and the Couchman brothers playing, which is pretty cool for the Dragons fans. And I'm wondering how many times two sets of brothers have been named or played in an NRL. I can't thinking that it's been very often. Rabbitohs. Talis Duncan's been named on the bench. He looks really good. He looks like an absolute NRL player, and I think the kid's going to be absolutely huge. I reckon. Looking down the line, I reckon we're going to see Talis Duncan in some representative honours later in his career. Yeah, I think I have to take the Rabbits there. I think they will start. the Rabbits were the tip for the premiership about halfway through the season, so I think they're gonna just start to find their feet and sort of definitely against the Dragons as well. So Rabbits as well. The mid game on Saturday, Tigers up against Warriors. Played over in New Zealand, even though it's a Tigers home game. I think it's just like another little thank you for the Warriors for what they did over the COVID years. Look, I'm never going to write my team off. They could upset here. They really took it to the Raiders last week and were unlucky not to win. I think the Warriors will win. I'm going to be cheering the Tigers. Yeah, Warriors just too much going on, too good. The late game, Roosters up against Dolphins. You think this is a Roosters win, but don't write off the Dolphins. Anyone coached by Wayne Bennett, never write them off. No, I think they're going to upset a few teams at the end of the season. I'm going to stick with the Roosters, but not with any confidence at all. Absolutely, yeah, you could get anything from the Roosters. Billy Smith's been really, really good on that left side since he's come back in. It's good to see after all these injuries in his career, and the Roosters have stuck by him, and now he's starting to repay and you know just being there to get a few more tries for the big giraffe outside him, Tupou as well. It's good to see. On to Sunday now. Storm up against Raiders. Mate, this is a flip of the coin. Hughes, Xavier Coates back in the team. Justin Olam still not in the team. I don't know what he's done to upset Craig Bellamy. I mean, I think he's just been a bit lazy in defense. Both teams need the win. Raiders got a win last week, not very convincing. The Storm definitely need a win to shore up that top four spot. The Raiders can sneak into fourth with this victory. This is a flip of the coin. I'm going to stick with the Storm because it's at Storm at home. They're very hard to beat Amy Park. Hughes coming back in is a big in. And then the Sunday game, Knights are just on an absolute tear there. Their spine is just absolutely killing it at the moment. Love it what Hastings is doing a link up play. I just love Tyson Gamble as a player. For Phoenix Crossland has been huge. And obviously, Kalen Ponga is actually playing fantastically in the position where he should be, which is fullback. Bulldogs, Luke Thompson, first game of the season, been injured all season. Yeah, I I couldn't tip the Bulldogs at this point. And the Cowboys with the bye. So that was a pretty quick little recap. That one. We'll do an even quicker one now. So first game, Sea Eagles Panthers. I'm taking Panthers. Sharks up against Titans. I'm with the Sharks. Broncos up against the Eels. I'm taking the Broncos. Eels could upset here. Rabbitohs up against Dragons. I'm taking the Rabbitohs. Tigers up against the Warriors. I'm always going for the Tigers, but I will tip the Warriors. Roosters up against the Dolphins. Tipping the Roosters, not with a lot of confidence. Storm against Raiders, taking the Storm, also the same, not much confidence there. And Knights over the Bulldogs. Well, yeah, Knights over the Bulldogs with Cowboys with the bye. That's my tits for this week. Now, favorite time coming in hot now. It is tip of the week and bet of the week. And what game am I going to put it on? I'm going to put it on the Rabbitohs up against the Dragons. Now, I think the Rabbitohs will win. I mean, groundbreaking, yeah. I think Latrell's going to get a try, and I think Alex Johnson's going to get a try. I think Tyrell Sloan gets a try as well. So Rabbitohs to win. Latrell, AJ, Tyrell Sloan with a try. That is my bet of the week, and that is Say Less Footy Tips for this round. Thanks for tuning in. Give us a follow, TikTok, Instagram, subscribe here. You made it to the end. That's round 24. Say less. Peace out.